Hi, I'm Tracy from Cheese Needs, and I'm here with Andrew from Tomme. Is it Tomme or Tome?
Tome.
Because I always pronounce it Tome, and then people look at me funny like it's supposed to be Tomme.
You're right. There's no place like Tome, is what we like to say.
Awesome. So we're in Market Square in Guelph, which is in Ontario, where I'm currently attending university. So I thought, well, I'll look around, find a cheese shop, and I will go and speak to the cheese people, because cheese people love to talk cheese.
Oh yeah, we definitely do. Where do we start?
Where did you start?
Where did I start? I started with a midlife crisis.
Same.
I decided I wanted to do something different. I had a marketing background, and food has always been my passion throughout my life. Looked around Guelph, and just from our own experience, we knew there was no place to get great cheese. Nothing downtown. So we thought, let's give it a try. Not that it was easy, but it was a lot of work. There are some benches right over there here in Market Square that I would come sit at during my lunch break from work, my old job, and I'd count people going by, because I wanted to know what the traffic patterns were like and whether this was a good location. Turns out it was. I've had a lot of people come by over the 6 years.
Awesome. So you moved to this location 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's right. We moved down the street. So the building where we first started out was a great spot, but it's being redeveloped. So it just so happened that this corner location, even better, on the same street, came open. So we moved here in July. We are slowly making it our home, and we're getting noticed by more people. The farmers market is like a stone's throw from here, and people walk straight up from the farmers market on Saturdays. And so they just pop in and check out all the cheese we have.
So talk to me about your cheeses. What do you specialize in?
We carry all sorts, and I'm sure people always say that. It breaks down about half Canadian and then half from Europe. We specialize in cheeses that are not easy to find, that don't taste like your typical grocery store cheese, and that are going to give you an experience that just leaves you wanting more.
And not just cheese.
No. So obviously that is our focus, Tomme Cheese Shop. It's in the name. But it's really nice to be able to expand that out and help people who want to have a nice evening or who want to entertain. So we're carrying charcuterie, we've got wine, we've got French butter, which is a really big seller. People are passionate about their French butter.
Yeah.
We've got great butter from Canada as well. The stuff from PEI is wonderful. We carry cheese tools, of course, and then a wide range of preserves, jams, stuff to go with it. So you can walk in here and walk out with just about everything you need for a party.
Dinner party.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if it's just for two.
Or one. I'm not above that.
Exactly.
I have no problem with that.
I heartily endorse that as well.
All about the cheese. Okay, so do you have any cheeses that you really wish you could get but you can't because of regulatory or logistical reasons?
Absolutely. You're going to know this one, Stinking Bishop.
Yeah.
We get asked for Stinking Bishop all the time, and we are just legally not allowed to bring it in. The bacteria counts are too high. We're not able to bring it in. I have not even had a chance to try it yet.
This is my Baron by God, from the UK.
Yeah.
I'm desperate to try that massive 12-inch sized traditional brie made in the UK. And I can't get it here.
Yeah.
It's maddening.
It is. I really wish they would loosen up the rules, let people try what they want to try and take their own risks. Not that there's any great risk to it. People in the UK are not falling dead trying this one.
Oh, we have a health department as well.
Yeah, surprisingly, yeah. I would say another one is Roaring 40s from Australia. We used to be able to get it here. We can no longer get it. We get asked for that a lot. So it tends to be the really stinky, the really, washed rind, the blues, the stuff that just are a real craft and are kind of more about the craft than the regulations say.
And also the shelf life on those. You find that your cheddar, you can keep a cheddar for years.
Yeah.
But once you've got one of those washed rind, Brevibacteria linens cheeses to where it's right, you sell it then, or you don't sell it, you know?
So that's why we do bring in some cheeses that we fly in, because that's the only way to get it, because it has a shelf life of maybe 4 weeks. Now that sounds like a lot, but when you think about the fact that it has to be packaged, it has to say leave Italy, has to go through all the channels there to leave, get on a plane, land here, be inspected by the Canadian government, and then get distributed out to the shop. You have about a week or two, and that's really tough. So we have found a way to do that though. We do special pre-orders. We bring stuff in, we let our community know about them, and normally they're all over stuff like that because it's kind of what we started with in mind, like to bring people cheeses that they've never experienced before, that they had no idea that they existed. And we want the food adventurers. We want those people to come in, find something really exciting. I'll get off my soapbox in a minute. But our people are passionate, and we love the relationships we built with them. That is actually the most fulfilling thing. Trying new cheeses and getting my hands on cheeses that are hard to find is wonderful, but it's actually, it's actually the people who are most important. They bring us the most joy. Let's say that.
Yeah. And bringing a new cheese to someone who's never tried it before. Like 2 years ago, I wouldn't touch blue cheese until Afra Pristine said to me, here's some blue cheese, try this. And I'm like, okay, I suppose if he's telling me to try this, you know.
You got to.
And it's amazing, and I love it. And now I'm on Santa Guro. I've got to have it.
Oh, wow.
And I live somewhere where you can't get good cheeses for the most part, which makes things rather difficult. So.
Yeah. We kind of understand that a lot of people are in that predicament. So that kind of touches on sort of the second side of our business. We sort of nailed or I shouldn't say we nailed it. We built that relationship with our customers locally, and we loved it so much. We're like, we want to spread that. We want to take that experience, that sort of education, BC to Newfoundland. We've shipped to every province. I'm not sure about every territory, but at least every province. It's exciting, and we hear back from those people. And so we are kind of expanding that community. And again, that's what our passion is.
Yeah, I have what I call my tame cheesemonger in Vancouver. This is 600 miles from me, you know. So that's my local cheesemonger. And if I put in an order big enough, they will ship it for me.
Right.
But that's like twice a year because...
Yeah. And what are you supposed to do in
Where
between
am I
those
supposed to
shipments?
put it?
Yeah, exactly.
I have 4 cheese fridges.
And then what do you do with the fresh stuff? You
Yeah.
can't. It just won't hold that long.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's a bad predicament. If I can toot our own horn a little bit, we don't have a minimum. You can order 1 wedge, although we would recommend you order more just to make it worthwhile. But we have flat rate shipping, and we'll ship out whatever amount of cheese that you want. So we try to help people like you. We just understand the predicament. We want to help people out.
Awesome.
I've talked about our customers. It's been a great ride in terms of learning about cheese and then passing that along. Another one of the great joys is meeting the people who make the cheese. Those people who get up to their elbows in the milk while they're making the cheese. They're making it traditionally. Anyone who is going to put their passion into something like making cheese, like turning salt and a few cultures and some milk and transforming that into the widest variety of different things, they have my respect, and I want to talk to them. So we've gone everywhere from Quebec to places here in Ontario. Europe is next. We've talked to Walter, who makes Hollerhocker. He was fascinating to talk to, and just understanding what they go through and then bringing that and kind of sharing that with people, because they can't go to the farm, they can't talk to the producer, but there are stories there that I think need to be shared. And so that's a big part of what we do and what we love to do.
And it is, you're a storyteller. That's your narrative is the narrative of the cheese.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's kind of nerdy, but it's also really exciting because who doesn't love cheese? And as a result, who doesn't love the people who make cheese?
Yeah, you're a curd nerd.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm going to ask you the question, what's your favorite cheese?
My favorite cheese, it is hard to narrow down. It's like asking about a favorite child, of course.
No, I can do that one.
You can do that one? Oh dear. Okay, we'll talk off camera about that. I would have to say 2-year-old Mimolette from France. I just cannot get enough of the stuff. I loved it long before I opened a shop, and now I have easy access to it. It's kind of a dangerous thing, but you've clearly tried it before. But if anyone hasn't tried it, get your hands on some. You'll be doing yourself a huge favor and creating an addiction at the same time.
It's only a problem if you identify it as a problem.
Right.
I mean, you could say this is research, this is professional development.
That's right. And the fact that it tastes of salt and nuts and a little bit of butterscotch, that's just off to the side.
And
It's
the
just
candy,
research.
it's just
Yeah.
it's like cheese candy.
Yeah, and that the flavor lasts in your mouth for long after you've had it. Yeah, that's beside the point. That's not really important, right?
So mimolette is number one for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and you would pair that with?
Ooh, great question. Here's the thing. When people ask me that, I say, eat it on its own.
Right.
I really don't. You can eat it with all sorts of things, but the nice thing is you don't need a cracker. You don't need anything to pair it with. You can just eat it and enjoy it and sit back and be in your cheese nirvana.
Perfect.
So, bit of a weird answer, but I don't think it needs anything.
I like it, it's keto.
Yeah, exactly.
If I can enjoy cheese and stay on my diet, that's a win-win.
Absolutely.
Awesome, thank you. Lovely to meet you. And
You as well.
if you get a chance, check out Tomme here in Market Square in Guelph.
Thanks very much. Tripod, right?
Right, okay, we're in shot. Your label, your sign, good.
Good to go?
Yeah,
Bus going by.
go away. People run lines, those days.
It is, and that's okay. We'll make it work.
That means it's a busy metropolitan area.
Yes, absolutely.